4 billion years ago, before the Sun ignited, a fragment was torn from a distant star. It drifted through the void, untouched, unseen. On July 1st, 2025, it crossed our threshold. A comet, not from our solar system, moving faster than any object we've ever tracked. It flew past Mars at 108,000 kilometers per hour. NASA's most powerful camera on another planet was pointed directly at it. And then the images stopped, no explanation, no release. 41 days of silence. This is 3I Atlas. And what it's doing defies everything we thought we knew about gravity. Stay with me, because in the following minutes we're going to follow the data, every spectrum, every orbit calculation, every delayed frame to the edge of the known universe, and decide for ourselves what NASA isn't telling us. It began with a blink. July 1st, 2025, the Atlas telescope, perched high in the Chilean Andes, detects a moving point of light. Magnitude 19.5, faint, but in 48 hours, it brightens to 17.5. That's not normal. Comets from our own solar system don't accelerate like that. The Zwicky Transient Facility confirms the object is not in any known catalog. It's not a near-Earth asteroid. It's not a satellite. It's moving too fast, 30 kilometers per second relative to the Sun. That's escape velocity. This thing is leaving. Within hours, the very large telescope in Chile swings into action. X-Shooter instrument captures its first spectrum. And there, glowing in the data, is a line no one expected. Neutral nickel, not a trace. A forest of nickel lines. 10 times more than any comet we've ever studied. This is not a dirty snowball. This is something ancient. Something forged before our solar system existed. And it's talking to us in a language of metal and ice. Let's talk about gravity. Every object in our solar system is bound to the Sun. Elliptical orbits. Closed loops, but 3I Atlas. Its eccentricity is 3.3. That's not an orbit, that's a slingshot. It entered our system from the direction of Lyra, moving at 31.9 kilometers per second before the Sun's gravity even touched it. That's hyperbolic excess velocity. It was never going to stay. It was always going to leave, but here's where it gets strange. Orbital solutions from JPLS Small Body Database, designation 900,003, show a tiny, persistent deviation. A non-gravitational acceleration of 2.1 times 10 astronomical units per day squared. That's not random error, that's a push. Something is nudging this comet off its predicted path, the leading model, outgassing. As sunlight vaporizes ices beneath the surface, jets erupt like thrusters on a spacecraft. But the strength and timing don't quite match. The acceleration began before perihelion, before the Sun was close enough to trigger it. This is only the third interstellar object we've ever confirmed. Oumuamua had a similar push and no coma. Borisov had a coma but no nickel. Atlas has both. And something more. Nickel doesn't belong in comets, not like this. In our solar system, comets are icy bodies with trace metals. Nickel abundance is such that there is 1 part in 10,000. 3I Atlas 1 part in 60, 600 times the norm. The spectrum from August 6, 2025, taken by Chile's VLT, shows nickel vaporizing from a crust, not dust, not gas, or metal, evaporating at temperatures that should only melt ice. David Jewett, a comet expert at UCLA, published a model in the Astrophysical Journal. He suggests billions of years of cosmic ray bombardment spalled the surface, concentrating heavy elements into a metallic shell. But even his model struggles. The crust would need to be 5 meters thick. Thicker than any known comet. An alternative can be a primordial enrichment. This comet formed in a metal-rich environment, near a supernova, perhaps. Or it was processed, heated, refined, not by nature. October 2, 2025, 3I Atlas passes 30 million kilometers from Mars. That is 0.20 astronomical units, close enough for detail. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter carries HiRISE, the highest-resolution camera ever sent to another planet. From 255 kilometers altitude, it can resolve features 30 centimeters across on Mars at 30 million kilometers, still sharp enough to see a nucleus 500 meters wide. The flyby was planned, imaging sequence queued, data downlink scheduled, and then nothing. For 41 days, NASA released no images, no updates. Just a vague statement, instrument safe mode, the rumor mill exploded. Was there something in the frames they didn't want us to see? We will come back to what was eventually released, but first, let's look at what we did get. From 300 million kilometers away, August 6, 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope slews to 3I Atlas. Near-spec and MIRI instruments capture the mid-infrared, and the coma lights up, water vapor, carbon dioxide. Hydroxyl radicals, the signature of sunlight breaking apart H2O, no technosignatures, no narrow-band emissions, no artificial reflectance in the 1 to 5 micron range, just ice, dust. And that persistent nickel glow, the dust-to-gas ratio is 150. High, but not unprecedented. This is an active comet, but active in a way we've never seen. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb has a theory. He published it on Arxiv, October 2025, title, Non-Gravitational Acceleration in 3I Atlas, Statistical Case for Artificial Origin, his argument of the million comets modeled with random outgassing. Only 1 in a million shows a push this strong, this early. He calls it a statistical anomaly, and he's done this before, with Oumuamua. But the peer-reviewed counter comes fast. The acceleration fits a delayed outgassing model, if the crust is asymmetric. If one hemisphere is richer in volatiles, nature can produce aligned jets, it's rare. But not impossible. Loeb's paper is still in review. The data is still natural by 3 sigma. While NASA stayed quiet, the world watched, TRAPPIST South in Chile. The Las Cumbres Observatory Global Telescope Network. Amateur astronomers on Nightloscope and SLU polarimetry shows 18% linear polarization at 90-degree phase angle. That's high. It suggests a rough, metallic surface, not smooth ice. Amateurs stacked hundreds of images, the nucleus elongated, rotating every 7 hours 20 minutes. Double peaked light curve, classic rubble pile, or something more rigid. You can see it December 19, 2025, pre-dawn sky. Magnitude 15 in dark skies with an 8-inch telescope, 3I Atlas will be visible in the constellation Pisces. It peaks at 1.6 astronomical units from Earth, then begins its long climb out. January to March 2026, Jupiter gravity assist. 2027, exits the heliosphere. Gone forever. This is your window. Your chance to log data, to contribute, to be part of the story. 3 visitors, 3 lessons, Oumuamua that is cigar-shaped, no coma, and extreme push. Then Borisov, which is a classic comet, high CO and cyanogen. Atlas, which is nickel crust with moderate activity and early acceleration. How do they form? Galactic tides rip them from outer disks. Giant planets scatter them into interstellar space. They are the debris of other solar systems. We expect one every few years now. Thanks to surveys like Atlas and Rubin, 3I Atlas is just the beginning. Let's address the silence. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter entered safe mode on October 4th. A known issue is that radiation-induced memory error. Public log, public record. On November 13th, the images dropped. Resolution, 28 kilometers per pixel. The nucleus, 480 meters across, irregular, no structures. No lights, no aliens, the Allen telescope array listened. No radio signals, no beacons. Just noise, the delay was bureaucracy. Not cover-up, the data was always coming. It just took time. But questions remain, is the nucleus a rubble pile or a monolith? What are the isotopic ratios, deuterium to hydrogen? Nitrogen 15 to 14 JWST cycle for proposal is in. We'll know in 2027. Radar was attempted, too faint, too far. We may never get a direct shape, the outgassing decay curve. Still dropping, will it fade silently or flare again? 3I Atlas is a postcard from another star, for billion years in transit. We read the address, we glimpsed the handwriting. But the message inside, still sealed, it reminds us how vast the galaxy is, how rare these visitors are, how much we still have to learn. If you watched this far, thank you. This is what evidence-based mystery looks like. No fear, no fiction, just data and wonder. Keep your eyes on the sky, clear nights, and open minds. You've just traveled for billion years through the void with a rock that broke every rule we thought the universe followed. If that stirred something in you, if it made you look up at the sky differently, then do this to things right now. 1. Hit subscribe and the bell. We drop a new evidence-based space mystery every day on this channel. No clickbait, no filler. Just data that changes how you see the cosmos. 2. Comment one question you still have. The best one gets pinned and answered. This isn't just a video. It's a movement. Welcome to the evidence-based space mysteries community. See you in the comments and under the stars, subscribe.